global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Hello, good people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. A lot of abnormalities is going on in Rivers State right now, and courtesy the military or the sole administrator, Ibas, the serious uproar right now in Rivers State, considering the move he has taken against the office of the suspended Rivers State Deputy Governor Ngozi Odu. But guess what? He has also replied the reason why he has taken the move, which has caused so much uproar. But first of all, what's the move he has taken against the deputy governor's office? According to the news, there were agitation in some quarters on Wednesday following the retrieval of some vehicles assigned to the suspended Rivers State Deputy Governor Professor Ngozi Odu by the Rivers State Sole Administrator Vice Admiral Ibas retired. The Democracy Watch Nigeria DWN first raised alarm and said that the operation to recover the vehicle was carried out on April 25th by some naval personnel. The spokesperson of DWN, Vincent Fubara, while narrating the incident, said that the naval officers acting on the direct instruction of the sole administrator carried out the operation in a commando-style raid, taking away 2 Toyota Hilux vehicles and 1 Toyota Hiace bus. The brazen action took place in the early hours of the day and has since sparked widespread condemnation across the state. This development marks a new low in the ongoing disregard for due process and democratic room under the current administration. The action is viewed by many observers as a targeted provocation intended to intimidate and humiliate the office of the deputy governor, which remains a constitutionally recognized institution. He called on Nigerian civil society organization and the international community to note what he described as the growing trend of impunity in Rivers. According to him, he says it is imperative that those in position of authority act within the bounds of the law and uphold the dignity of democratic institutions. The people of Rivers State deserve governance rooted in law, not in brute force. But Rivers State Governor says its action has been deliberately misrepresented by some persons, insisting that the retrieval of the 2 Toyota Hilux vehicle and 1 Hiace bus from the premises of the suspended deputy governor was lawful. A statement by the senior special assistant media Hector Igbigia-Owobo described the action as routine, saying it was aimed at securing government properties and lamenting that it has been twisted by political opportunists seeking to create unnecessary tension. The statement read thus, said, "We question the motive of those politicizing this matter. What legitimate purpose did these vehicles serve in the suspended deputy governor's premises over 1 month after the declaration of a state of emergency?" The Rivers State government maintained that the recovery of its asset cannot reasonably be construed as executive overreach. These administrations remain committed to the prudent management of public resources and will not be distracted by baseless allegation. We urge all parties to exercise restraint and refrain from testing the resolve of an administration that has demonstrated remarkable patience in the face of persistent provocation. The public is advised to disregard sensationalized accounts of these incidents and focus instead on the government ongoing effort to restore stability and good governance in Rivers State. This is outrageous, I must say. No matter what we will say, first of all, let's look at the perspective. Most people believe that being a suspended deputy governor, she has no right to hold on, the vehicles, just as it's stated by Hector. But let's look at it from the perspective of the Constitution, because the Constitution only recognizes the office of the deputy governor, does not recognize the office of the sole administrator. Whether we like it or yes, the sole administrator who is currently ruling and ruling the affairs of Rivers State, is outrightly a breach of the Constitution, because there is no such office in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So even the suspension of the deputy governor, the governor, and the House of Assembly members is outrightly unconstitutional, and it should be contested against. We're still waiting for the court to do what they're supposed to do to restore back dignity to democracy in Nigeria. But come on, it seems Ibas is going very far. But then, would I blame him? Of course, no. Don't forget that the president had said that Ibas will be taking instructions from him. The legislatures were supposed to come in, but it seems as though they are not doing what they're supposed to do. However, my colleague is in the house and we want to talk about this. It's getting very interesting, I must say. What's your standpoint on what is going on?
Power is beginning to sound and look absolute. It's really amazing that a sitting is bad enough that they suspended a sitting governor. It's bad enough that they declared state of emergency in Rivers State where there was no such activity that should warrant it. It's even worse that even before these lawmakers could do their necessary findings, the president swore Ibas in. But ever since Ibas entered and was sworn in, he has been behaving even much more powerful than Fubara was when Fubara sat on the seat. Things like, the whole essence of Supreme Court saying that Fubara has no right to do this. Ibas have been doing it without any lawmaker. In fact, without assembly members. It's just making a mockery, with due respect to of the Supreme Court's verdict. Because when they said they should not release the fund, Fubara is this, and they released the fund to a man who was not democratically elected, who has no assembly member to check him. Even when the House of Rep members came in, they had a closed door meeting, and he still told them to give him some time, let him prepare a brief. And in the meantime, he's still running things. Sole administrators are the one running a local government area. The very reason why the Supreme Court said no, there should be proper election. The Wike's home where the person of Hyowo changed the house, the local government chairman house. They've returned it back to Yeso Wike. They've turned the name back to Yeso Wike. All Wike structures, local government boys are back. And the fact that the worst one now is the fact that he has the mind to go retrieve vehicles. Is it I don't understand. Is there peace talk in going to retrieve vehicles from deputy governor's house? What has deputy governor's vehicles got to do with keeping peace within the state?
Some believe that since they have accepted the suspension of they have accepted the suspension from the federal government, which is outrightly unlawful, they have to also align with everything that comes with suspension. Unfortunately, when you are under suspension in government, you have to relinquish your hold on everything that is related to the government. So even Fubara said they can retrieve everything from him. Unfortunately, because he has been suspended and he has accepted the suspension. And now we are hearing that he's lying on the ground begging people up and down and all of that. I don't know how true that is. So I think that's the situation here.
All right, let's go wrap it up. If you ask me, I feel that at this rate, Fubara has, sincerely speaking, if he had fought this, won't be hearing things like retrieving of vehicles. Honestly, have we gone to this all-time low? But let's see how the deputy and probably Fubara react to this.
All right, that's where we'd like to leave it. Let's meet in a conversation.